Welcome everybody to another Thursday edition of RCW here as we have the first women's matchup coming your way right now as we have Czajka coming out here. Now this is the official start of our charity streams for the Bradley Jacob Dow Foundation for the entire month of October, folks. So for the entire month of October, on the days that we do stream, I might be adding a few extra ones. We have a charity stream going on for the entire month of October for the Bradley Jacob Dow Foundation. Now, they are a foundation that specializes in helping male victims of domestic violence, mental health, and relationship abuse and addiction, things like that, to provide them resources such as counseling, housing, and so much more. Now, our goal for the entire month is only $100. It's pretty small. We wanted to keep this pretty small here because it's not necessarily about raising money necessarily. It's about raising awareness. It doesn't really matter how much money we raise for the entire month. We've been doing this since 2020. Me and my two friends who are survivors of relationship abuse and abusive relationships, and we've been doing this since 2020, and we've raised countless of dollars raising awareness of something that affects so many people, and because of a lot of the gender bias that happens within our court system, not only that, but also just societal bias in terms of talking about it as a sit-out powerbomb by Czajka, and not even a one count there. But we are doing our best here to raise awareness of something that is so important, you know, and unfortunately affects so many people. And because of the whole gender norms and be a man type thing, you know, oftentimes it causes people not to talk about it. So it's not only starting a conversation about something that is very, very important to not only the roster members here in RCW, but also every single person that comes out here and watches the shows week in and week out. As the knee drop lands there for Czajka. And Amaya Blackwell and Czajka have faced off before. Czajka now having a couple of victories under her belt after starting off with a loss in a number one contenders matchup for the women's title. It was a fatal four-way matchup. And ultimately, Jordan Williams won that one. And a pin there, a little bit of strength there, a little bit of flexing on Amaya Blackwell. And Czajka not afraid to be a little bit, I guess, cocky is the right word. But Amaya Blackwell is cocky in her own right there. Might have a case of a rope break here and not even a count. So now these charity streams now will go on a little bit longer. You'll have episodes of RCW and plenty of other games that we'll be playing through the entire month of October. Maybe even some Dead by Daylight and some other games where you guys can get in on the action as well. You can enter the command prize in chat. That is the command that we have set for all the incentives here. You can get a wrestler completely customized for you if you don't already have one. You can also get a completely customized attire as well if you don't already have one. With your help, obviously, because it's your creation. So I'll be the one that's, you know, getting all the patterns together, everything else. And usually I don't make wrestlers for people here in the EFED, but for the charity stream specifically, we will be doing that as a single leg Boston Crab there, and Czajka gets out of it. Now looking for the money bomb here. Could have it, and Czajka with an elbow right to the face, getting out of that predicament. Now Amaya Blackwell, she is the least hated out of everybody in the Blackwell family. And I've said that to my Mod Young Sin before. We've talked about it. How she's the least hated out of the 3 Blackwell family members. as Amaya dives away on the outside and taking out Czajka. Now Amaya with a deadlift power slam on the outside to Czajka. Now the Polish princess here, the Poland princess, looking for another victory over Amaya Blackwell. And the last time these two met, she got a victory, and she's looking to add more and continue her momentum up the rankings in our women's division. As Amaya gets to her feet here, now look at this roll through and a kick right to the face there of Amaya. Now she's not looking to end this one here. Right down goes Amaya Blackwell. And a little bit of a cocky cover there. Amaya kicks out of two, and no surprise there. As Maria did not hook any of the legs there. When you go for a cover, you want to hook the leg there. You want to hook the legs, either one or both of them, because it forces your opponent to exert a little bit more energy on that kick out. Now count of three here as Amaya getting up to her feet, and Maria Czajka missed that drop kick there. And that allows Amaya to get back in. And now Amaya with a spine buster. Looking for a way back in this thing. We got more action coming your way, and look at this! The money bomb! You gotta have her money there. Didn't go for the cover afterwards. Usually she does. And now looking for the chick kick here. Could catch it. No, Maria Czajka swept the leg. Now look at this! Dropping Amaya Blackwell. Now finally, a cover with a hook of a leg here. Could have it, and a kick out of 2.5. Now you have your main event, Riley Dillion, going one-on-one with Tiger. And like I said, other than RCW, we'll have tons of other games that you guys can join in, such as Dead by Daylight, Fortnite, Party Animals, all that kind of good stuff. Here as we raise money for Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the month of October. And including RCW Fright Fest. So the stream closes. The charity closes on the 1st of November. So we have it all the way up, all the way through the entire month of October. So you have until then to get your donations in. Now we look at the elbow drop there for Amaya Blackwell. Now looking for the victory over Maria Czajka, and almost had it there with the elbow drop. Now Amaya Blackwell can't believe what she just saw there. You can tell by the facial expression she's not too happy about how that transpired. Now you already have a couple of matches confirmed for RCW's Fright Fest Halloween special. Fright Fest number 3 live in Syracuse. That being owned. Wait a second, that was a chick kick here from Amaya Blackwell to get the victory over Maria Czajka, and almost had it at 2. And as I was saying, you already have a couple matches confirmed for that. Looking for the money bomb again, and Maria got out of it a second time. Those matches include James Moore versus Sinister once again for the world title. Riley Dillion versus Tiger, or I should say Riley Dillion versus Desmond Wright, the Savior. 1, 2, and a kick out as Maria delivered that knee. That coming after Riley Dillion and Desmond Wright were unfortunately had to have their match removed from the previous card at Revival. So they will finally go head-to-head there. Also, Austin Lee I can confirm this right now, folks. Austin Lee will get his one-on-one shot with Bobby Saturn for the Intercontinental title. Last time those two met one-on-one, it ended in a double countout, which ultimately caused the matchup to become a triple threat at Revival and Amaya Blackwell, not allowing Maria any breathing room. And right off of the apron, face first, that's the hardest part of the ring, the most unforgiving part of the ring, folks, as Amaya Blackwell doing pretty well now here in this matchup against Czajka. Now Czajka's had quite the turnaround on the money bomb on the outside. Now if she could just get her back inside the squared circle, she may have this one here. But it appears that Czajka's not gonna go away quietly. Count of 7, both women back in now. Czajka has adrenaline going now. Czajka now, look at this, with a clothesline. Didn't get all of it like she wanted to, but there she got all of that knee. And now Czajka looking for that knee drop again. Now calling her up to her feet. Czajka now may have this one. Look at this, a kick right to the face again. And now Czajka, look at this, up and down Amaya goes. And Czajka with yet another victory over Amaya Blackwell here in our opening contest, folks. I think a huge turning point for Amaya Blackwell was that money bomb on the outside, but she didn't get Maria Czajka back in the ring to go for the cover afterwards. And I think that was the catalyst there for Amaya Blackwell. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily. That's right, folks. We have our eFed partner, SCW. You can catch it on my Mod Young Since TikTok on Fridays. As we have Glitz N Gucci. That being Austin Lee and Jason Moreno. And I spoke about Austin Lee in the last matchup. Austin Lee will be getting his shot one-on-one with Bobby Saturn at RCW Fright Fest on Halloween night. Fright Fest number 3, I should say, our annual Halloween special. Live from Syracuse, New York. Now, it should be known that Jason Moreno and Austin Lee have had their tag team struggles. It was a number of months ago where Jason Moreno himself said, if you don't find some way to figure this out, maybe we should go our separate ways, because I'll be done. And that was very eye-opening for Austin Lee, as I often questioned whose ego was going to get the best of them as a team, but you have Stacks. The Mitchell brothers here, Donovan and Troy, without Jay Hustle at their side this time. They told Jay Hustle to stay in the back. And they lost it. I believe they lost to the Blackwell family. And then that being Big Nasty. And Bryce Blackwell. As they've taken their antics over to the tag division. As Moreno's going to start this one off against Donovan. Now Donovan now with the Irish whip, tags in Troy right away. Now the double shoulder tackle, that's unusual there for Stacks here, for the Mitchell brothers to tag in each other right away, but they got a plan, I guess. Now Jason Money Moreno has a little bit of a height advantage here over these two gentlemen. And now look at this double super kick here from Stacks as the tag team woes continue here for Glitz N Gucci. They're great single stars, but lately, as they kick out at one, they haven't been so great when it comes to tag team success. They've battled it out for the titles and couldn't capture it when Fear were champions. Fear were unstoppable, holding those titles for almost a year. Only 101 days off of a year, 264 days. Now looking for the DDT here. Oh, the Northern Lights. Into a pin combination and a kick out. Now, as I mentioned, Austin Lee and Jason Moreno have had their issues, and Jason Moreno made it abundantly clear, like I mentioned earlier, that if this tag team stuff doesn't work out, they're going to go their separate ways and continue their journeys as single stars. And look at this, trying to make the tag is trying to make the tag there and couldn't do it. However you stop the tag is however you stop it, and that's a good thing. And now looking for another face wash in the corner from Moreno. Look at that! And he looked right at Troy, as Troy is out of commission for now. Now look at this. Donovan coming in. Donovan now with the neck breaker. Now Jason finds himself in trouble. Not paying attention to the legal man inside the squared circle. Now looking for that moonsault. Denied there. Austin Lee getting the tag and going in. And oh. Donovan tried for something there, and luckily, Austin Lee was able to get out of the way. Now, like I said, this man get his shot one-on-one. He was pinned by Chris Danger in that triple threat eliminator matchup. Bobby Saturn had to be pinned under triple threat eliminator rules for him to lose his title, and he was not. He retained his title beautifully. And he's done that multiple times by defending it on Fusion and RCW alike, as Austin Lee took that DDT and had to kick out at 2. Now it's been a while since Austin Lee has tasted gold. Been a while since Jason Moreno has tasted gold too as well. Last time he won, I believe he won the Ravage Championship. That was his first title. So it's been a while since both of these men have had any type of gold around their waist or on their shoulders. It's a shoulder tackle in there. And now Austin Lee stomping a mud hole. And Stacks here. And Austin Lee feeling it right now. Austin Lee. Look at this. Dumps. Donovan. And he might be out of it. No, there's Troy. Helping out. And Troy taken out. He saved his brother. Oh, now he's busted open now. Look at this. The Glitz and Glamour suplex here. We haven't seen that in a long time. There's a Glitz and Glamour suplex. Glitz and Gucci could have their first win in a long time. No. Donovan with a kick out. And Troy once again taken out. This time by Jason. And now look at this. Austin Lee and Jason Moreno for the first time in a long time actually working pretty well as a cohesive unit here in this tag match. Now look at this. Suplex into a bridge here. Two could have it. No. Almost. You saw that was barely a kick out there. I think Donovan is exerting energy now. You can see how he's busted open and now... Uh-oh. This is really bad here. Bulldog! From the top there. I've never seen Donovan do that. And Austin Lee saves his partner. Right place, right time. Now we're seeing a couple of struggles here from Stacks. This is chopped there. Donovan gains an advantage. Single leg drop kick after that elbow. And now Troy finally being tagged in after he's been taken out on the apron a couple times. Now he's in legal action now. Irish whip there. Wrong corner, Jason. He got lucky there. Smack right across the face. There's Donovan taken out. Now they're looking for Glitz and Glamour. This time Austin Lee's going to be on top. There it is! Austin Lee, Glitz and Glamour suplex. Trying for it again, two to get the win and a kick out. As Troy now, the one to kick out of Glitz and Glamour. They can't get the finish. Glitz and Gucci have come so close to winning the titles and having tag team glory. But when it comes to finishing matches that last hurrah, they can't do it. And they're considered the veterans here. Last year, Glitz and Gucci had formed basically at the Summer Blaze special. Our 5th year anniversary special. And so these guys have been a tag team for quite some time now. They had the likes of Dax Price managing them, but ever since Austin Lee thought that was driving a wedge between him and Jason. Because ever since he got there, things haven't been working out well. Now look at this. Again, here it comes. Glitz and Glamour. And finally, Glitz and Gucci get something good running for them. Over one of the newest and hottest tag teams here in RCW since they joined the roster. Glitz N Gucci. With a big victory here, and that'll do a lot for their confidence as they continue their quest for tag team gold. Austin Lee and Jason Moreno feeling real good about themselves right now, but can it last? We'll find out as time will tell. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily. All right, folks, it's your second women's matchup of the night as we have the Hammer. Nina Volkov making her way out here now. She's not alone as she has her longtime friend Bella Durham out here. Now she was successful in her very first matchup in RCW at Revival. Against Jewel Richter, a longtime rival of Bella Durov. And I don't know if, to be honest, I don't know if Nina was just hired to do Bella Durov's bidding or what. But I don't want to speculate here. But Nina going for her second match here on RCW right now. Carter Bros? Are you sure you're not thinking of Mello Carter? Guy that we used to have on the roster? And this woman has dealt with a lot of issues, and it's Scarlet Nova. Now, Rapture isn't going away anytime soon. We haven't heard from Luna in quite some time, but they don't do a lot of talking. Their actions kind of speak for themselves, folks. Scarlet Nova and Aurora Nova, her long-lost sister, coming off of a victory at Slamfest. Now, Scarlet and Aurora both were not on the card for Revival, but she's not forgetting what happened at Exodus in June, in which she was eliminated by Lexi Starr in that first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Now Lexi Starr, the Serenity Champion. But now she has to deal with Alyssa Voss now, the Velvet Vixen. As Lexi Starr not too happy. Now she is not here tonight. However, she didn't take kindly to that interruption, to that championship interruption, and that was Lexi Starr's first title ever captured in RCW, and she had quite the quote-unquote rookie year, if you will. You know, almost winning the tournament in which that title was introduced. But that stopped at the hands of Mercy Phantom, who we haven't seen for a number of months. And then unsuccessfully winning at Slamfest, RCW's biggest show of the year. Now, that was an anniversary special rebranded. Now that has an official name, Slamfest, every year now. That's going to be our biggest show of the year. That is our WrestleMania, folks. That two-night extravaganza that took place August 22nd and the 21st of this year. And that's got to be very demoralizing, not coming out with a victory after winning the first ever Women's Royal Rumble as Nina going down. And I wonder if just It's going to come in time where... Oh, what a lariat! Turning Scarlet inside out. I wonder if it's going to come a time where Bella Durov starts to help out her childhood friend. Count of 6 here. Both ladies looking to get back in the ring. Now they are. Kendo stick. Bella Durov, speaking of help, she was trying to help by getting the kendo stick out for Nina, but referee saw it and got rid of it quickly. Now Scarlet came so close to winning that Rumble. Now, there's been speculation of the Queen of the Ring tournament coming back, the King of the Ring tournament coming back. We haven't seen that since season 11 of our show. So that's going on a few years now. Now Bella taking off that turnbuckle, possibly trying to help Nina here, but Nina needs a lot of help right now. And Nina with a jawbreaker. Look at this. The Alabama slam right to Scarlet. Her head sprung all the way back there. Not even a count of 1. Scarlet tried to run and possibly do some of her acrobatics we're used to seeing her do. Oh, but Nina stopped her right in her tracks. Look at that, our referee fixing the turnbuckle. Now this gives time for Nina. Referee distracted and Nina using a chair. Nina using a chair right to the face of Scarlet as the referee's back is turned. Bella Durov paying dividends. Now Jewel, I should say, Jewel was having a concussion. She has a concussion, but she was cleared to compete at Revival. Now she is at home resting, as it's in our best interest to rest from that. It's no laughing matter. That's something very, very dangerous. All those chair shots to the head that she faced of weeks prior from Nina. Not to mention the ribs from the sledgehammer attack when Nina made her debut appearance at Slamfest. But Scarlet is no stranger to dealing with sadistic people. And look at this. Bella paying dividends here, but Nina was still in the corner, but that allowed enough time for Nina to recover. Shot right to the midsection, constantly going after it. Scarlet got slammed down, but Scarlet got up. Scarlet looking for Into the Cosmos. She's got it hooked up. Into the Cosmos. But she tired herself out. She tired herself out in the process. Hook of the leg. 1, 2. Just enough time for Nina to kick out. And that's what happens when you tire yourself out, when you exhaust yourself. You give enough time after a big maneuver like that for your opponent to recover. And Nina's no slouch Snapdragon suplex. But she's going to continue this onslaught of offense here tonight on RCW. A little bit of joint manipulation here. Scarlet, well rehearsed in that. Now look at the double knees. Look at this. The insult to injury going right after the ribs. A little bit of payback for all the attacks that she's faced. And now look at this. The most galactic moonsault ever right there. And a kick out at 2.5. Now look at this. Nina just trying to wear down Scarlet, slow her down. She's used her speed and quickness to get back in this thing, but now it might be over. Look at this. H-bomb! Right to the face of Scarlet. Right on the button count of 2, and she powers out. And it was that familiar reaction to that same maneuver that she hit on Jewel at Revival. And now she's looking for the Iron Curtain. Could have it lined up there. The Iron Curtain as she gets dumped on her head. 1, 2, no! Scarlet kicks out. Scarlet refuses to die to the Iron Curtain, but there's another one. Dumping right on her head again. There's another Iron Curtain. 1, 2, 3. Nina once again getting the help of Bella Durov throughout this match. And now you may have an argument saying that it didn't help her too much, but those slight distractions gave her enough time to recover and get the victory here in this match. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily. That's right, folks. This Saturday we have another edition of Fusion coming your way. As we have the Savior Desmond Wright, the first ever men's Royal Rumble winner. Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Making his way to the squared circle. Now he's had an issue with Riley Dillion, that hellacious match he had with him on Fusion, where both men were bleeding and gushing all over the ring. Now they're not too thrilled that their matchup got scrapped for Revival, but I promise you guys, at Fright Fest 3, those two men will meet inside that squared circle. Riley Dillion will be in the main event next after the conclusion of this matchup against Tiger, our former world champion. As you have Brandon Collins. Now the Spartan had one hell of a matchup with Bobby Saturn, the current Intercontinental Champion. There was a couple of times where I thought Bobby Saturn may have been saying bye-bye to his Intercontinental title. But it was Bobby Saturn who ultimately got that 3 count and finished it and retained his title. But Brandon Collins is on to bigger and better things. I had spoken to him and I said, what do you think about Riley Dillion now going after Desmond Wright? And he said, well, I had my own battles with Riley Dillion. And he wishes Desmond Wright in the best of luck, but Riley Dillion is a persistent man. He's not one to go away quietly. But I'm pretty sure Desmond Wright knows that. As Brandon Collins takes down Desmond. Now, I made sure that we had extra security here tonight. Riley Dillion is banned from ringside. He's banned from interfering with this matchup. Otherwise, he'll face suspension. Same goes for Desmond Wright in the main event tonight. You know, Desmond Wright is one to respect the rules. This is a man of God. He's called the Savior for a reason, folks. And look at that! The shooting star press onto Brandon Collins and a kick out at 1. As he comes up to his feet, he had a lot of adrenaline from that shooting star press. And look at that in the DDT. Brandon Collins down again. Now look at this. German suplex. The overhead belly to belly. I've never seen a man of Desmond's size able to pull that one off. Well, look at this. A knee right to the jaw, and look at the face of Brandon Collins. He was terrified. He was a little scared there. He knew that something bad was going to happen. Looking for the stop here. Got it. He likes to utilize that as Brandon Collins rolling out to the apron, trying to take a breather here, and Brandon getting himself back in. Now Brandon Collins takes down Desmond and a stomp right to the elbow. And now Desmond right now might be trapped here with Brandon Collins. Brandon Collins going after that hand. Couple of stomps and you may have a broken wrist there, or maybe a broken hand there. Now Brandon Collins fired up now. Desmond though, oh, what a kick to the face. He caught him. And only a kick out at 1. Brandon Collins has a lot of toughness, and what a kick. And Desmond trying to fire himself up here. I'm looking for this knee strike. Oh, he couldn't hit it. And speaking of knees, there's Brandon Collins going right after it. Going right after that weapon. And that knee. Find a target and get after it. It's Desmond with the dragon screw leg whip. Now he awaits Brandon Collins to get to his feet. And now he's coming running in with a couple of strikes there. There's another shot to Brandon Collins. Now looking for that knee yet again. Bang! Right across the jaw of Brandon Collins. 2. He's got a 2 count this time. And Brandon Collins kips up to, oh, knee of glory right to the face of Desmond Wright. He caught him. 2. No, Brandon Collins could have had it there. I can't believe it. Desmond Wright got knocked out by the knee of glory, but just enough to get the shoulder up to 2. Head first into that turnbuckle. And now Desmond. Oh, Desmond! What a maneuver, sending Brandon Collins to the canvas and a kick out at 2. And now look at this knee! Coming right to Brandon Collins. Now look at this. Saving grace, he caught him. Saving grace on the Spartan 2. Kick out from Brandon Collins. Brandon Collins kicked out of the saving grace. And now looking for the stump. No, the RKO as he takes the page out of Randy Orton's playbook. 1, 2. Tried to grab the rope and he had to kick out. He tried to grab the rope at the last second. Both men exerting a lot of energy here. And look at that DDT on the apron. And Brandon Collins going for that midsection, loosening it up for the splash there. And now look at this. Another knee. Oh no, Brandon Collins checked it. And he took a blow to the arm. Now look at this. Another knee right to the arm. And now Brandon dumps. Desmond Wright, you could argue that was a little bit of a cover there. Could have had one. Now a knee right to the arm, going after those arms. It's been a target for Brandon Collins throughout this. And now look at this. Could have a splash down pat for the Savior. He's been going after the midsection all night. Could have a one-ear kick out at 2. Brandon Collins going for it again, perhaps. Desmond, though, saw it coming. Look at this. Roll through code breaker. The code breaker from Brandon Collins. Stopped Desmond in his tracks. Oh, and now Desmond trying to get something moving here. Super kick. Calling up Brandon. Oh, we could have it now. Look at this. Desmond Wright feeling it with a Pele. Now he's going to call him up. Look at this. Irish whip. Knee! Caught him. And now look at this. The saving grace once again. Bang! On to Brandon Collins. 2, 3, and Desmond wins it. What a matchup here between these two young men. As the Savior looks towards his match at Slamfest. Versus Riley Dillion. And I'm pretty sure he's not too far away from another shot at that world title. Don't go anywhere, folks. Main event coming your way next. All right, folks, here we are at your main event as we have Riley Dillion making his way out to the ring now. I mentioned in the previous matchup between Brandon Collins and Desmond Wright that he's had a couple of issues with both men in that matchup. Now, more recently, Desmond Wright and those two, like I mentioned, will meet at RCW Fright Fest. It live in Syracuse, folks. And Riley Dillion. He couldn't end the spirit of Brandon Collins. But he's looking to do that to this man. A former world champion. In Tiger. Now this man lost the world title in Sydney. Or I should say not in Sydney. He lost it in New York City at Declaration in July against his bitter rival and Sinister, a rivalry that goes all the way back to when SCW was the BCW. As they say, the more things change, the more things stay the same, folks. And one thing remains the same between Sinister and Tiger. Those two gentlemen do not like each other. Look at this. Tiger coming in right away. Riley Dillion taking his sweet time. Look at this Tiger now. Trying to the senton. Riley Dillion was ready for it, but Tiger's quick. Look at this. Tiger dumps Riley Dillion on his head. Face first. Goes Riley Dillion, and Tiger's off to a great start here in this match. And look at that, the knee. Tiger coming off a big victory at Revival in a casket match and where he went through hell against the Macedon Ortolanza. To end it all, to end that rivalry. And I had a chance to speak with him, and he's told me that he's great. He's really greatly appreciative of the RCW fandom and everybody that was behind him through that bitter rivalry. There's a count of 1 and a kick out. But Tiger now, he's not a man to dwell on the past. He's a man that likes to move forward. And he's looking to do that here. And a victory over Riley Dillion will help him gain some momentum to possibly getting that shot once again at the title that he lost at the hands of his bitter rival in Sinister, folks. If you're just joining us, folks, here on Twitch, we're in the main event here of RCW. Riley Dillion versus the former world champion in Tiger. Tiger's had a non-stop of offense as Riley Dillion 2 trying to get it over with early, but Tiger is not the type of man to go down without a fight. You've seen the matches with him in Ortolanza Falls, Count Anywhere, Last Man Standing, that had to be restarted at Exodus. And then most recently, that casket match at Revival, folks. By the way, you can catch the full PLE, the full premium live event of Revival over on my YouTube channel. Enter the command YT in chat. That is where we post all the archives of RCW all the way from 2K18 in August 21st to 2018 all the way up till now. Everything's in a playlist for your viewing pleasure. You can go on an RCW binge if you want to, as a super kick right to the face catches Tiger as he was making his way back into the ring, and a kick out at 1 only. Oh, Tiger tried to turn it around. And now Riley Dillion, look at this armbar. Locked in. He tried to lock that in a few times during the matchup with Brandon Collins. And look at that, it's a Tiger Fang death grip. Not many people have gotten out of the Tiger Fang death grip. Ortolanza's gotten out of it, I believe, a number of 3 times. Big Nasty as well, but those are not normal men, folks. And I love the way that Tiger looks at his opponents when he locks that in. He's basically telling them it's over. He's nodding his head, saying, yes, you want to tap out. You better pass out or tap out. Either or. Tap out or pass out. Those are the only choices. But Riley Dillion somehow got out of it. We greatly appreciate you folks joining us for the first edition of RCW Under the Charity Streams for this entire month of October as we raise awareness of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, benefiting the Bradley Jacob Down Foundation. By the way, folks, for those of you who can't join live, folks, I will have the link to the charity in the description. So if it's offline, if I'm offline and you want to make a donation, you can do that. So in the YouTube description of this video, depending on if you're watching with us live on Twitch or watching afterwards on YouTube, there will be a link for those of you, for each of the audiences. You can enter the command DV in chat here for the link as the cartwheel kick on Riley Dillion lands. The cartwheel kick too. He could have Riley Dillion almost. As now he's looking for the Night Stalker DDT. He could catch it. The Night Stalker DDT on Riley Dillion. No, Riley Dillion. Not even a 1 count. The disrespect of Tiger. That's absolutely uncalled for, folks. The absolute disrespect, the no-sell. With a maneuver like the Night Stalker DDT, super kick again. And there goes Riley Dillion. Now maybe he's aligned himself with the Brotherhood to take out the will of Tiger so that he can't challenge or possibly injure Tiger so that he can't challenge for the title again. That being the world title, currently held by Sinister. Now James Moore will be battling it out for that title at Fright Fest. He'll get a second chance as the Brotherhood were at ringside. That was Terry Hines and Terry Hines Jr. That caused a bit of problems in that matchup, distracting James Moore, throwing him off of his game. But they won't be able to do that at Fright Fest. Look at this! The cartwheel kick again. On to Riley Dillion. 1, 2, 3. Tiger wins it. And it's about time Riley Dillion got a lesson. It's that man. It's going to stop at nothing to get the world title back. Tiger wins in the main event.